Thank you, Sue. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, everyone, as well, for your contributions. Joe and Jenny, they were fabulous. I love both of them. So my necklace, first of all, was a gift to me. It's very understated, as you can see. And it was, I know I keep flashing on and off like a ghost, but it was gifted to me by my niece, actually, who's a student midwife at the University of Central Lancashire. And I was there for their Christmas celebration conference today, which was fabulous. And I decided to do something different because they asked me last year to speak. And I said, oh, no, you don't want me again. And the conference was about hope. So my normal presentation around hope, they heard last year. So I decided, well, it was Anna's idea, actually, to do something different. So I actually did a little bit of a monologue. And I was the midwife in 1979. And all the delegates, 200 students, were the woman I was caring for. So I talked to them like I was the midwife at their booking, and then at the 34-week check, and then when they came in labour, and then what happened to them in labour, and then at the postnatal period as well. So I was describing things that I did in those times to women without any consent. I think they were quite shocked, actually. So I talked about the things that I did, such as encouraging them in the antenatal period. Well, first of all, asking them if they were married, which was something we did. Very intrusive question. And it was very judgmental as well. So, are you married? And they'd say yes or no. And if they said yes, we asked how long they'd been married, because the rationale for that was if it was longer than a set period of time, a defined period, the baby was deemed to be precious. And what used to strike me was, well, are other babies not precious then? But it was that kind of thing. And it was so far removed from what we do today. But the reason for doing it was not to shock them, but to help them to see how we can do really bad things if we don't use evidence. And now we've got the ability to use evidence-based care, although we don't have evidence for everything. But they have to understand that evidence is very important. And then we talked about the Ockenden review and the other reviews that, the devastating impact of these reviews on maternity services, and the reports and the consequences, and how with not listening to staff and not listening to mothers and parents, that we have these shocking things happening. And then we reflected on some of the recommendations within the Ockenden, for example, that aren't evidence-based. And I was highlighting. Mary Renfrew did a fabulous talk at the festival in Edinburgh, and I actually used some of her talk to share with them, to share those 3 points that she made. How and really, it's very dangerous to be implementing things that aren't evidence-based without consideration. So we talked about all that, and so that was, I did kind of a different session today. So yeah, that's it really, Sue.
I think that's what's lovely, Sheena, is we've all had little edited highlights of you presenting hope and presenting something to the students. So we've been privileged to be students, just to have a little snippet of you in action, which is always lovely. I was just going to say, because one of my questions to you would be, well, how was this year for you? I know this is a strange question, but I know you're always very busy, especially with the All for Maternity action activities that you have with Anna. And I just wondered how it was.
Oh, well, we've had an amazing year, and that's where we went away for 3 days to reflect on what we've been doing. With our team, we took our team away to celebrate all the things we've been doing, and also to plan next year. But many of the things we've done alongside you know, alongside you, Sue, and the Maternity and Midwifery Forum. A lot of things we've done together. So we've had an exciting year, and some of the things that have happened, led by Anna, I have to say, it's not me. I'm very much in the background, kind of, you know, sort of just being there. But Anna does all the work. And we've launched the Practicing Midwife and All for Maternity in Australia. And we've taken you along with us, MATFLIX and the Maternity and Midwifery Forum, and Neil's team have been there with us, like in sort of in spirit with us, you know, sort of in Australia. So, and Anna's working closely with Neil around that to introduce his products into Australia. We've got a brand new website, and it's been completely invigorated to make it more interactive, user-friendly, and pleasing to the eye. Anna's been involved in international recruitment projects, so we've got an area for international recruitment now on our website. She's led 3 projects on leadership and well-being for NHS England. She's been supporting the local maternity systems with perinatal mental health projects. This is all for maternity doing this, and Safer Beginnings projects. And we've launched our very first webinar series, which has been hugely successful. And that's the last one is tomorrow, actually. And that's been around examination of the newborn. So next year, the plans are that we've got an app, and we're going to be moving our resources into an app, very easy to use app. And our online modules will be taking on a new format. So we're moving along with the times, and it's very exciting. And we're having discussions with other continents as well about taking our resources there too. But just to finish, really, is just to say that we've had huge support from Neil and his team, and you as colleagues. So like Joe, we feel very, very grateful, because we have a very special relationship. And that relationship enables us to flourish, and it enables us to do things without competition, but to help, the ultimate aim is for us to really support the carers, to really help and nurture and educate and collaborate with those midwives, obstetricians, healthcare support workers, doulas, anyone involved in maternity care. And we're there to actually do that, and we do it alongside you, which is wonderful. And I love our relationship, and I just want to thank you and thank the whole team for your massive support over this last year, but every year that we've been working together. And I look forward to doing more and more next year, so that we can really invigorate and see that transformation of maternity services and give hope to those who really need it. And I will always be alongside everyone who's trying their best to do that. So that's my message, really, is one of gratitude and one of hope for the future. And I am absolutely committed to being part of that transformation.